15 things you didn't know about Tesla. Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello Aluxers, we're excited to have you with us on this new video, and today we'll be talking about Tesla Motors, a name that emerged a few years ago with an unfamiliar idea and a revolutionary vision of turning the automotive industry towards environment friendliness. At first, it wasn't taken seriously, but led by its visionary CEO Elon Musk, the company has become a multi-billion-dollar enterprise with almost $5 billion in equity, $23 billion in assets, and $7 billion in revenue last year. Tesla has taken off with vast momentum, and with us closing in on the release of the Model 3, it seems like we're looking at a new iconic automobile brand. Enough with the introduction, let's get to it. Here are 15 things you didn't know about Tesla. Number 1. Elon Musk is not the founder of Tesla, but he wanted in. Although Elon Musk is the mastermind who turned Tesla into the multi-billion-dollar giant it is today, he wasn't the only person behind the idea. Tesla was started by these guys, Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning, and later Elon Musk. J.B. Straubel and Ian Wright joined in. As mentioned, the company was the brainchild of Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning in the first place, and they were tackling a problem Elon had great interest in, so he joined the company in its early days. Because Elon didn't quite agree with the strategy of the at-the-time CEO of the company, he sort of pushed him out and installed himself as CEO and company's chief designer. With his constant, relentless innovation, business prowess, and a charisma that made him one of the most popular and iconic figures of the 21st century, he managed to transform what was a small project into what is seen today as the most innovative car company in the world. Remaining today from the original group, aside from Musk himself, is only J.B. Straubel, who serves as the Chief Technical Officer. Number 2. Tesla Motors was the first car manufacturer to be launched from Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley has never exactly been the place to be if you're an automaker. The place is for tech companies, and that's what makes Tesla so extraordinary. Tesla is not the conventional automaker, and in some respects, you can say that what it's doing is more in place at Silicon Valley than it would have been in Detroit or Michigan, where the so-called big guys are based. Despite the human resource technology, the company lacked access to several important resources that you don't get in the area, in comparison to North America, which to this day is still considered the place where cars get made. Number 3. The Tesla Model S was the first premium electric sedan in the world. The Model S vehicle, which Tesla launched in 2012, was the world's first premium 100% electric vehicle. Despite having built it from the ground up, Tesla did not compromise on one single feature when it made the Model S for the sake of technological innovation. The car is actually very competitive if we disregard it being electric. The Model S is a comfortable, full utility family sedan with room for 7 passengers, with the acceleration of a sports car, being able to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 5 seconds. This is where the technology part comes in. The car has a narrow artificial intelligence installed on itself, which means that it is able to learn as it is used. It learns about the driver, about the roads, and its environment. If one car learns something interesting, that knowledge is distributed to all other Teslas on the road. This is called swarm intelligence. Because of its technical elegance, premium status, and of course, technological breakthrough, the Model S was the first electric vehicle to win the renowned Motor Trend Car of the Year award in 2013. It is also the highest evaluated car by Consumer Reports and holds the first rank in terms of consumer satisfaction rating. Number 4. Tesla's innovations are all open source. In June 2014, Tesla went out on a limb and tore down its patent wall it used to have in the lobby of its headquarters. From that time on, every Tesla innovation would be open for use by any innovator out there, with a promise that the company wouldn't initiate lawsuits against anyone who would use it in good faith. In the post that Elon Musk put up at the time on the company's blog, he said that Tesla's real competition wasn't with the very small percentage of electric cars being produced by other automakers, but rather with the 100 million regular cars produced every year that are contributing to the demise of the environment. Therefore, anyone is welcome to use the company's technology to help the green movement achieve further progress. It was a great PR move, and it also put Tesla in the right position against the big companies who would want to bury their patents in court, which would have been a long and expensive process. Number 5. The Tesla Model X is the most expensive basic Tesla model. The Model X is the supercar of the Tesla brand at the moment, with a price tag of $140,000. The Model X is not exactly a conventional SUV. It's basically a sports car with the body of an SUV and the interior of a rocket ship. The Model X can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.2 seconds, reaching a top speed of 155 miles per hour. It features a mind-blowing bioweapon defense system in case the air around the vehicle becomes unbreathable, and it has computer-controlled gull-wing back doors that give it an unbeatable, sharp, smart look that you won't find in your typical SUV. Number 6. The most expensive Tesla ever sold was an upgraded Model S. At $205,820, this Model S upgraded by T Sportline is believed to be the most expensive Tesla vehicle ever sold, at least so far. Above its $123,000 baseline, the car has $82,000 worth of upgrades, including a dazzling $25,000 interior, a carbon fiber body kit, and $7,500 wheels. Number 7. In October last year, Tesla announced that all Tesla vehicles will be produced carrying self-driving hardware and technology. Right now, Tesla vehicles are packed with everything needed for full self-driving capabilities, with 8 surround cameras providing 360-degree visibility at up to a range of 250 meters, 12 updated ultrasonic sensors that complement this vision, a forward-facing radar that is capable of seeing through heavy rain, fog, dust, and even the car in front of it. In order to process all this information, the computer inside the car is a breakthrough in automotive technology, this resulting in way better road decisions than a human could ever make. Despite the technology being in its early stages, Musk thinks he'll be at 100% autonomy in the next 2 years and 3 more for the government to allow self-driving cars everywhere. At the current date, multiple Teslas are gathering data and learning how to drive themselves. Despite a few small incidents, the autopilot on the Tesla is dramatically outperforming the average human driver, with Tesla's goal being to get it to at least 10 times safer than driving it yourself. Brace yourself, A-Luxers. In no time, you'll be able to lay back and relax and enjoy the luxury of your Tesla cabin as it takes you to your destination. Number 8. Tesla cars can have their systems updated over the air. In smartphone manner, if you're a proud owner of a Tesla vehicle, then whatever the company has new in terms of software, your car will be receiving it whether it's in your garage or you're driving on the road. This is certainly one of the many revolutionary things Tesla has brought through to our world, because now a car being outdated is not really an option except in terms of hardware. But make sure that your Tesla's electronic system will be as new as it gets without any effort of yours. That's a luxury no other automaker has yet provided. For example, a Tesla owner last year complained that there was a slight problem with the way the car was steering, so he reached out to the company and they told him to bring the car over the next day. That night, the Tesla engineers wirelessly went through all the data from the computer of his car and adjusted it remotely. The next morning, before the owner could drive it to the factory, the car had already been fixed and was behaving as new. Number 9. The car could be summoned to you or send over to make you money in the future. Tesla has just launched the first version of the Summon application, which currently makes you able, while driving your Tesla Model S or Model X, to leave it in the driveway once you get home, and you can trust it to open the garage door, park itself and close it back. You can also call for it in the morning. Despite this being in the beta stage at this point, the vision of the project is so you would be able to get in your car, the car would drive you to work, you get out of the car and it goes on its way. When you're done, the car comes back and picks you up. One of the revolutionary things Elon Musk is considering is creating a network of Teslas, where, if you want, you could rent out your autonomous car when you're not using it. For example, when you get to work, you could enable your car to be used by the network, sort of like a taxi or an Uber. While the driverless car picks up and delivers people to their destination on its own, it's generating income for you. Once this is implemented, the Model 3, which costs roughly $40,000, could generate in excess of $20,000 per year on its own. How incredible is that? Number 10. Elon Musk admitted that the first Tesla model, the Roadster, was a complete disaster. In May 2016, Tesla was holding its annual shareholders meeting, and during that meeting, Elon Musk opened up completely about his thoughts on the Tesla endeavor at its outset. He said that the first Tesla model, the Roadster, was a failure. In 2008, when the Roadster was reviewed on Top Gear, Jeremy Clarkson said it was a barely running science experiment, but that it stood no chance at the Top Gear track, which Tesla responded to by suing the show. Musk also confessed in the meeting that his bet on the company when he first co-founded it was a mere 10% chance of survival. He also said that their efforts were completely clueless, but that they had a cause they wanted to serve in order to create a positive effect. Despite being a failure from the single product standpoint, the few customers they got in the beginning, including celebrities like Arnold Schwarzenegger, was what got them closer to a Model S, and that in turn got them to the Model 3. If you click on the top right corner right now, you can watch the extensive video we did on Elon Musk alone. It's incredible. Number 11. The latest Tesla Model S P100D, with the ludicrous upgrade, is the fastest accelerating production car in the world. The Model S P100D has set a blistering 2.28 second 0 to 60 miles per hour record, the fastest for any production car. Yes, even faster than the Bugatti Chiron, which can do 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. And this is a car that costs under $150,000, compared to most supercars, which are strong in the seven-figure area. Number 12. Tesla has a huge network of superchargers spread all over the world, so they're making a play not only in the car industry, but also on the energy as fuel side. Although Tesla vehicles are intended to be charged at home, just like a mobile phone, there are 810 supercharger stations with 5,195 superchargers spread everywhere in North America, Western Europe, and China. And although that number might sound low right now, it's rapidly increasing to support the demand for electric cars. The purpose of these supercharger stations is to aid those making long trips. Recharging your car will take as little as stopping at a gas station for coffee. Lately, there have started to arise complaints from Tesla drivers that have been standing in queues at the supercharger stations, which brings us to another innovation. Musk announced that each station might come with a battery swap aisle, where you just drive in, your battery is changed with a full one, and off you go. The service will come at a premium, but it allows you to get 100%. But it allows you to get to 100% really fast. Currently, Tesla is focused on expanding its supercharger network because this will be one of its main revenue sources in the future. Experts estimate that the capital investment needed in order for supercharger networks to compete with gas stations in terms of availability is around $7.5 billion, with an average cost of $250,000 per station, since the current driving time from one Tesla supercharger to another is 30 minutes, whereas in the case of a gas station, it's only 4 minutes. Tesla is planning to double the number of stations by the end of 2017. Number 13. Tesla Model X is currently the safest car in the world right now. There's been a lot of debate and controversy when 2 years ago the Tesla Model S achieved a record score of 5.4 out of 5, more than any other car ever tested. Wait, What? How can they get more than the maximum number of points? Well, when the NHTSA tests a vehicle's safety parameters, they look at all the available data, and because the car is electric, it cannot explode in the case of impact, unlike fossil fuel cars. Also because the way the battery was designed, it has a much lower center of gravity than the rest of the cars, making it very unlikely to roll over. With the introduction of the SUV model, Tesla pushed it even further, adding a ton of features that have never been seen or heard of before, which increases the safety of the passengers. We guess Volvo has to step up their game now. Number 14. The Tesla Gigafactory will be the second largest building in the world from a footprint perspective. That's right. Not only is the Gigafactory being built in the middle of the Nevada desert, the biggest battery factory in the world, it is also the second largest when it comes to footprint, being only overtaken by the Boeing factory. That title goes to it easy. The $5 billion factory will be the biggest factory in the world, and above that, it will be the second largest building, set on 929 kilometers squared. That's not even the most fascinating part. The Gigafactory will supply itself with all the energy it needs from 100% renewable sources, using solar panels on its roof, as well as geothermal and wind power. This factory is so incredible that it's estimated that 100 smaller buildings could supply the entire world with the energy it needs. 100 gigafactories would be enough for the entire world to shift to renewable energy. When it starts operating at its full capacity next year, the factory is designed to produce millions of lithium-ion batteries, more batteries annually than the entire human species produced ever. With the factory in place, Tesla will be able to increase its car production to 5 times, for the current 100,000 cars per year to 500,000. 6,000 people will be working at the Gigafactory, with robots doing most of the manual work. What Tesla aims at is making its vehicles as affordable as possible through economies of scale. Number 15. Elon Musk almost sold Tesla to Google at a certain point. Early 2013, Tesla was this close from going bankrupt. The Model S wasn't selling enough. There were several buyers complaining about the cars, and the company was lacking access to capital and resources. So, as Elon Musk put his staff on crisis mode, he was negotiating a deal with his friend, Google CEO at the time, Larry Page, to sell Tesla. Before quitting, Musk decided to give it one final push. The company went at full capacity to solve their deficiencies. Senior executives were fired, younger employees were promoted, and Musk gathered staff from every department and decided to make a relentless sales team out of them. He was quoted as saying, "I don't care what job you're doing, your new job is delivering cars." Later in May of the same year, Tesla shocked everyone when it posted its first ever quarterly profit. This is the type of situation that years from now someone will make a movie about and win awards. Just saying. The thing that excites us most about the future of the automobile industry is the self-driving part, and the fact that the car becomes an autonomous asset, which could generate revenue for you. This brings us to a very serious question in terms of what an artificial intelligence on a car might actually mean. That's why we wanted to ask you guys the same question that has been bugging the smartest minds in the world right now. Imagine you're sitting in the backseat of a self-driving Tesla that's cruising along. At some point, disaster happens, and you're faced with an imminent situation. Either the car runs over people, killing innocent civilians, or it rails out onto an obstacle, killing the passenger. The dilemma is, what should the car do in this situation? Taking out every other possibility and imagining just these two are left, should the car go ahead and kill multiple civilians or the passenger? Basic math would say, if there are more civilians in danger outside the car than inside, it should save them. But then we are in the position that nobody would want to buy a car that would sacrifice the owner to save others. Please let us know in the comments, what do you think the car should do in this situation? Initially, we wanted to close there, but since you stuck with us to this point, here's another fact. 10 of the world's largest robots are installed at the Tesla factory in California. But let's not forget that this is a Silicon Valley company and employs a big number of tech geeks, so they decided to name their robots after X-Men characters. For example, you have Iceman, Wolverine, and Beast doing the heavy lifting. There's also Storm, Colossus, Vulcan, Havoc, and a few more. We're thinking Tesla might be a fun place to work at. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxer. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. If you want more, we handpicked these videos you might enjoy, or head over to alux.com for the best in fine living content on the planet. Be a part of the largest community of luxury enthusiasts in the world and tell your story.